Hello and welcome. I'm Chris. This is Gross Models, and this is issue number 10 of Deagostini's Build Your Own X-Wing, the 1/16th scale studio model thing of Red 5, the Luke's X-Wing fighter, which is coming along to be a lovely kit. In this issue, we've got some bits, all plastic bits, no screws or anything in these, so we'll see exactly what we've got. Apparently it's something to do with the sublight engine. Yeah, that's what we're going to be doing shortly, but as ever with this build, because they start off with information, I'd like to give you a quick brief rundown of what's in the magazine. We have set design for Empire, quite nice, with some blueprinty type plans. It always astounds me how much behind the scenes stuff there is in a big film. I mean, drawing out plans for this is, it's great. It's lovely, but obviously they need to know how to design the sets and how to build things. Quite a big set they built for that, and obviously developed Empire Strikes Back. It says det applied panels on fuselage of X-Wing fighter. So yeah, they obviously need to make them look good. We have Antok Merrick. I don't know who he is. There we go. He's obviously one of the Blue Squadron. Don't know if he had any. Oh, he did have some airtime because he's obviously in the briefing or something. There we go. His helmet and things. Blue Squadron. Oh, it's on Scarif. It's from Rogue One. There we go. And then we're on to the build, the upper starboard engine. The issue's main component is the upper half of the cylindrical engine casing that fits on the mount from stage 9. You also have parts to make the retro thrust section, including the conical electromagnetic gyro that is prominently visible from the front. This is the inside engine bit. So, component checklist. We have the upper engine casing. We have, whichever that one is, that's a gyro cone lower half, a gyro cone upper half, retro thrust nozzle, lower shroud and a horizontal vane, and not forgetting the cooling vane. So yes, lots of bits. Now these, obviously the exterior of this is all painted and weathered and done. The interior bit isn't. It's just base plastic. Obviously the colour's correct for what they want it to be, but that will almost certainly need some attention. Right, building is just done on 2 pages this time around. So we take the engine and the retro thrust nozzle. That fits onto there. Nozzle has 2 pins that fit in the mounting post on the casing. The notch indicated by the red arrow should face inwards. So we've got a notch here, which needs to go inwards. So that will go, yeah, we've got 2 little pins on the back there that go into those. Inwards, I'm assuming, is deeper into the kit. So that goes on there. Like that. That makes quite a good round bit. Obviously black in black, it's not terribly visible, but that's what we have there. Push them firmly together. I have done that, indeed. Take the 5 remaining components. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Right, okay, what do we do with them? Well, obviously the 2 halves of those go together. 2 pins in the lower half holding at the upper half, so they just go together. Okay, 2 halves of the gyro cone are held together by 2 pins, but they're not putting in there quite yet because it looks like it goes through the thing there. That's, yeah, a bit misleading. Let me read the instructions before I try and push anything together. Yeah, so they go either side of that. So telling us that is just quite misleading because that gives you the impression that you just push them 2 together, but you don't. What you do is you take this, which is one side is better than the other, but we'll do it the same. So we've got the ejector pin marks on this side. They go through there from this side. Round pins through square holes, so they're quite tight fit, quite secure. No need for any glue or anything like that. Snaps in place. Cool, so far so good. The other side, we put the other side on there and do that. Now, quite conveniently, this is obviously got the plate through the middle, so you don't have to worry about any join seam lines on that. Interestingly enough, they're different sizes. I didn't know that was a thing, but it's obviously designed to be a thing. That then goes on to the bottom of that. So that presses onto there. All the way down. Cool. Right, so far so good. And then the cooling vane sticks out the side on the other side. There we go. Right, okay, that's an interesting little sub-assembly. Yeah, it says this completes the stage. You'll fit the two sub-assemblies together later on in the build. But I couldn't end it there because, you know, that's just not right. Let's just have a quick look. Next time we get some more sublight engine bits, so that's obviously more to go into it. But I can't just leave it. I've got to have a look and see. It's obviously going to go like that, ish. Sort of like that. It might be like that. It probably isn't like that because that doesn't quite. It does go in sort of like that. Let's see. We've got the other side of it because that's going to go on top there, and it's going to be about there. No, it isn't, because that's a different shape, a different size of circle. So it sort of is, but it also sort of isn't. Are they different sizes on the X-Wing? I don't know. I've never done one nearly this scale, so I can't really tell. Let's have a look. On the inside there is a little hole, so I'm assuming that that is going to be for that. So that's going to go in together like that, and there's probably a similar back point to that, because otherwise you can see all the way through. Although you might be able to see all the way through. I don't know. That would mean that these are the ejector marks, because this is the sort of hero side. And that will go on there a bit like that. So, is there only one side? You can't... Yes, there is, or at least on the model we've got here. I always assumed it was a cross in there, but it isn't. It's actually one flat one side and just the bit on the other side. So that is probably going to go together just like that, and that is actually bigger on the top than the inside piece. So again, I assumed it was a circle, but it isn't. So that's going to go like that. This is... no, this is in the back of the wing. Okay, so there's another bit to go on the front, which is the bit that I'm looking at here. Okay, I'm sort of working it through and guessing and looking at things. We haven't got any of the engine bit yet. We've got some of the gun, which obviously just goes onto there, so that gives you a sense of that scale. So this is the... No, that is the fat trailing edge. The wings fold backwards. So this is the front. Okay, I got it now. I understand what's going on now. This is this wing that we're building here, which you can't see because of the reflection. We're building this wing. Say upper, I don't know, starboard. That'd be on the right, wouldn't it? Yep. So that is this now. So yeah, that looks a bit like that, and you can see the holes through the middle there. I assume you can see the holes through the middle there. Let's put something lighter behind it. Yeah, there you go. Which sort of looks like it might be duplicated in the picture. I'm sure they're correct. They don't normally make glaring errors, so yeah, we'll say that they're right with that. So yeah, it's coming together. This was issue 10, and that's as far as I've got. I'm waiting on the next delivery in another month. Will be, let's say, 11 and 12. But as of this build, there isn't any updates or modifications that I can do with this yet. I expect I'm going to be doing at least a certain level of weathering on the wings and body itself, but until it's assembled, and even really until I've got all of them, I don't want to do weathering on one and then in 3 or 4 months time have to do the same on another one, because that would just be, I'll never be able to match them up and get them quite the same. So that is the end of this month's build, really. Just the 2 videos. There's no point in doing an update and modification when there isn't any updates and modifications to do. I'm still playing with the fibre optic for the light to try and get that to work right and cut the bleed out. But that's sort of a behind the scenes sort of thing. When I figure that out, when I get another wing and do it all together, we'll show you that. So yeah, that's the end of this build. Well, the end of this video of this build. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it so far. I'm certainly enjoying making it, although it's getting a little bit scary, the size of it now, because obviously that's one wing, then you've got the body of the the X-Wing, and then obviously the same again the other side, so it's actually going to not fit on my bench. But we'll worry about that in a few months when it all starts to come together. I'm assuming the wings are obviously going to be separate until we join them into the middle, and then we've got to worry about the length. Yeah, it's huge, but fun, and that's the important thing. So I hope you're having fun watching. I hope you're joining in as well, because these editions are actually now live in the world. They're available in newsagents and things. I think issue 3 came out this week, so you can still catch up and subscribe and start building along with me. If you do, let me know. Put a note in the comments, or pop along and see me, and Facebook and everywhere that I am. Other than that, I shall see you soon for next month's issues. Thanks for watching. Bye. Oh, don't go yet. I've just dug out the gun to put it on there. To again, it's huge, it's massive, but yeah, that's what I still need to work on. I'll take it apart again for storage at the moment. The other thing that was in today's delivery box is the folder, the binder, which is the same as the Falcon and the X-Wing ones. They give you far too many of these, and it obviously only holds normally 20. I think I haven't counted them, but it'll hold 20 issues of the magazine. So yeah, I'll get putting them all in there. It's a nice red colour, that goes quite well, so I'm quite happy with that. It's actually an exact duplicate of today, the latest issue 10. So I'll dig out all my old previous issues, put them all in the binder, and it keeps it all neat and tidy, and they look nice, all put together up there. So that's it. You can go now. That's it. Honest, finished. Bye.